All right, TikTok, it looks like I'm live. And I'm Ken Schaefer. I'm here to discuss all things related to men's sexual health. And my camera is off center, so I kind of have to keep glancing over at the screen. I hope that's not too annoying to people. All right, so I'm here to discuss all things related to men's sexual health. And on other platforms, I have an ongoing series where I'm called the ABCs of Men's Sexual Health. And tonight on those other platforms, I did a live where I discussed the V words in the ABCs of Men's Sexual Health. And the V words I picked were Viagra and Venous Insufficiency. Okay, so I thought I'd jump on here and discuss those subjects, and hopefully people will join and ask questions. Again, I'm Ken Schaefer. I'm a men's sexual health coach. I help men who are having problems with ED get control of the issue. The way ED is treated, there are systemic problems with the medical system. ED is not being treated adequately by most doctors, and um, and I'm here to help men find doctors who know what they're doing, who are willing to do proper treatments, and I help men develop a healthy lifestyle, because ED is usually the result of bad health of some kind. And it manifests as ED, that whatever is good. And there are so many things that can go wrong in your body that will result in erectile dysfunction. So, I help men incorporate a lifestyle that will help their bodies to heal, and in many cases will reverse, or at least start to reverse, the erectile dysfunction. All right, so what am I talking about? Viagra and venous insufficiency. That's what I'm discussing. Okay, Viagra is a drug. It's a class of drugs called PDE5 inhibitors, and I use Viagra as kind of a stand-in for all PDE5 inhibitors, but there are many out there. The other most common one that people are aware of is Cialis. There's also Levantra and a few others. They all do approximately the same thing. And what PDE5 inhibitors do is they inhibit the PDE5 enzyme. And so what does the PDE enzyme do, and why does it need to be inhibited? Well, in order to get an erection, you need to balance two different pathways. And there's one pathway that helps you get an erection, and then the other pathway that breaks down the substances used to get an erection. And if you need an erection, obviously one pathway has to be dominant. If you don't need an erection, the other pathway has to be dominant. But, okay, so the two basic pathways are the NO pathway, nitrous oxide pathway, and the PDE5 pathway. I don't know if those are the official names, but for now, that's what we'll call them. The NO pathway, what happens when you get an erection is that when you become sexually aroused, NO, nitrous oxide, is released, and if it's released in your penis, it releases a protein that causes the smooth muscle fibers in your penis to relax, and you can have blood flowing in. And the more blood you have flowing in, the better you can get an erection. So the other pathway is the PDE5 inhibitor, and the PDE5 enzyme undermines or breaks down this other protein, and then the smooth muscle fibers in your penis aren't relaxed anymore, and blood isn't going to flow in, and the erection will go away. So if the NO pathway is working properly, and you use the PDE5 inhibitors, often you can, if you have the ability to get an erection but you can't maintain it, that now you can maintain it, or you can get an erection easier. Of course, I'm simplifying the whole process here for the sake of being on a live in TikTok. What is this? There's something popping up on my screen saying swipe. Okay. I can see that people are joining. I hope they're staying, and I hope if you have questions about men's health or erectile dysfunction, I hope you'll chime in. I hope I'll see them. I'm new to TikTok, and I find it a little bit confusing compared to other platforms. So, okay. So, Viagra is regularly used to treat ED. It's the go-to pharmaceutical to treat ED. And I don't have a problem with PDE5 inhibitors, but what I have a problem with is how they're used, and the way that it promotes lazy medicine. So what do I mean by all that? If you have ED or you're having problems getting an erection, you'll go to a doctor, and they might test your testosterone, they might not. If there's nothing obviously wrong with you, they basically will throw Viagra or another PDE5 inhibitor at you, send you on your way. And to be fair, it will probably work for a while. And that's a problem. Now, that's lazy medicine, because ED is like the canary in the coal mine. It is a sign of something going wrong in your body. Sometimes it's obvious and sometimes it's not. And doctors, when you go and complain of ED, doctors should be trying to find the underlying cause. What is going wrong in your body? And it could be many things. There's so many things that cause erectile dysfunction. But doctors, they just throw pharmaceuticals at you. This is lazy medicine. Now, if they want to do it, if they want to give you these Viagra and look for the underlying problem, that's fine. But they need to be pursuing the underlying problem, and they're not, as a general rule. There's like a script that I see. It's all too common. All the guys I talk to, they basically give me the same story. All right. So, yeah, PDE5 inhibitors will work for most men for a while. Okay, until the underlying issue gets worse, or as you get older, the NO2 pathway doesn't work as well, because as you get older, your ability to make things are flashing up on my screen. I don't know what they are. Anyway, your ability to make NO decreases pretty dramatically as you age. So if you're not producing enough nitrous oxide, the Viagra can't do anything for you, because that pathway has to be working in order for the PDE5 inhibitor to have any effect. All right. Venous insufficiency was another topic that I discussed, so I'll bring that up here. Uh, Venous insufficiency is a difficult problem for guys who have ED. What it is all right, that was annoying. My live just stopped and I had to restart it. I don't know if that's a thing with TikTok. I think it's happened. I think I've done 3 TikTok lives and that's happened twice, and that's very annoying. But every platform has its issues. I could go on all day about my issues with Instagram. Okay, so I was discussing venous insufficiency, which, again, I'm Ken Schaefer. I'm here to discuss all things related to men's sexual health, and I am a men's health and sexual health coach. Okay, so venous insufficiency basically means you're not able to trap enough blood into your penis to maintain an erection. You may be able to get it in there, but it's not staying in there. And a lot of doctors won't even bother testing you for it. But if you're not responding to treatments, this is something you should be tested for. And a lot of doctors, a lot of urologists will say, well, if you have it, there's nothing we can do for you. So it doesn't change anything. What it does, and there are things that doctors can do for you. If a doctor tells you that, you need to get a different doctor because he or she doesn't know what they're doing. So if you go get there's many ways to diagnose venous insufficiency. There's many different diagnostic tests. Ultrasound is a common one, and there are others, and they all have pros and cons, but I think ultrasound is the most common diagnostic test. So if you're not responding to ED treatments, you should be getting tested for venous insufficiency. And if you have venous insufficiency, there are things, it does complicate things, it does make things more difficult, but it's not hopeless, okay? There's sonic wave therapy, which I have had, and for me it was a game changer. There's the P shot, and there's Botox shots. And my urologist, who's excellent, he's one of the top urologists for treating sexual dysfunction of all kinds in men and women, Dr. Paul Gittins, who has an office in Philadelphia and New York. I'm just going to give him a little plug there. He treated me with ultrasound, the P shot, and Botox. It was a game changer, and before that I wasn't responding well to my treatments. Okay, so PD-5 inhibitors, or Viagra, I was discussing that earlier, and then I was rudely cut off by TikTok, and then I started in on venous insufficiency. Now, if I probably lost everyone who had joined before. If you're joining and you have questions, please ask. I'm probably going to wrap this up shortly. I hope you'll go to my website, which is linked in my profile, and check out my website. That will lead you to my other social media. I don't know So I don't know yet what I'm doing here on TikTok. I'm looking at these various pause live. I don't want to do that. Flip camera. Oh. Okay, mirror your video. Okay. Well, I'll have to explore this more later on. Yeah, I'm going to be doing these more regularly, see how well they go over. I'm going to be discussing men's sexual health and ED in particular, and how men can take control of the situation and uh, push back against all the systemic issues in the practice of medicine here in this country, and push back against lazy medicine and lazy doctors who don't want to, they just want to throw pharmaceuticals at you. They don't want to actually do the work of finding out what's wrong with you. Okay. So I think I'll end the live here. Thank you for joining me. And until next time, thank you for watching and goodbye. Now, how do I get out of here?